Xi'an, Chinese, Xi'an Pinyin, Xi'an, Wade Giles, Xi'an, literally, peace in the West, Romanization, Shan, its former name is Chang'an, is the capital city of Shaanxi Province in People's Republic of China and also a sub-provincial city. As one of the oldest cities in China, Xi'an was one of the four ancient capitals of China as it was the seat of government of many of China's most influential dynasties, including the Zhou, Qin, Han, Sui, and Tang. Xi'an is the easternmost point of the Silk Road and is known as the historic site of the terracotta warriors from the Qin dynasty. Xi'an city has a history of more than 3,100 years and was known as Chang'an before the Ming dynasty. 1. Ancient city Xi'an, China, is one of the oldest cities in the world along with Athens, Rome and Cairo. It appeared more than 3,000 years BC.E. and survived the change of 13 dynasties in ancient China as the capital. Hence the way they started Silk Road merchants. The ancient city of Xi'an on the plan is similar to a chessboard. Its territory is divided into 108 square blocks, each of which is surrounded by a wall. Get from the other quarter can through the gate, which closes with sunset. A separate territory in the city belonging to the emperor and nearby subjects. Xi'an, China, meets the legendary. The mythical progenitor of the Yellow Emperor of China, Huang, the founder of Taoism, lives in the city. Follow the rules and Qin Shi Huang, bring the land together. China. Xi'an's glory was achieved during the Tang dynasty, when China became the most influential of the Asian countries. In the days of Buddhism acquired Chinese folk features that came with other religions, Christianity, Islam, Zoroastrianism, Judaism. After the collapse of the dynasty began to fade and the city, having lost the status of the capital. Two. Xi'an, modern China. The city is located in the center on the banks of the Wei River. Modern Xi'an on the map is becoming more of a tense past, while the historical center is much less. In total, the city is home to about 10 million people. Xi'an is now considered the spiritual and historical capital of China, one of its Christian centers. Local workshops look for pastors from all over the country. Other religions also take place, the city's many mosques and even have a Muslim quarter. The local government managed to maintain the historic character of the city. He is not like China's other most populous city with skyscrapers, closing the sky. Of course, the main streets, like everywhere else, were packed with people. But this does not prevent tourists from visiting Xi'an every year. The international airport is only 40 kilometers from the city, so getting there will not be difficult. The city is also one that takes railroads high consideration. Three. Xi'an, attractions. The ancient part of the city is surrounded by high walls, which have been preserved since more than medieval times. When Ming and Tang the walls were repeatedly reconstructed and completed the work. At first they built from the ground, and then prepared a special mixture of rice, limestone and earth, and then rebuilt in brick. Walls that still have a thickness of up to 17 meters and a height of 12 to 15 meters. About 14 kilometers long. Fortress for observation and defense, located every 120 meters, a total of 98. The upper part has the shape of a fort of many forks, over 5,500. Within the ancient walls are many shops and restaurants with almost a century history. In Xi'an there are many mosques. The most famous is the Great Mosque, which is the fourth largest in all of China. An interesting point is the Muslim quarter. It is famous for its variety of dishes from sweet halva to soups made from mutton or beef, which are even included in the Chinese heritage list. Fresh, all the way from the hustle and bustle of the city streets can be in the park or Lotus Park, ruined Xi'an Qi, with a beautiful lake and statues placed in. 4. TERACOTA Army honor the Emperor Qin Shi Huang United Country. He is the standard of character, but for the whole world famous clay army immortal. Previously, belief in life after death led to placing next to left household items, weapons, horses, and often living people. The Chinese emperor was more human and ordered to make his soldiers' tombs out of clay. Around 9,000 clay soldiers and horses were buried with Qin Shi Huang around 210 BC. Each weighs 135 kg. The faces do not occur. There is speculation that they represent the faces of real people. A lot of struggle and effort has been put in for the army. Works over 700,000 people. The legendary army was discovered by accident. In 1974, a farmer dug a well instead of a water statue dug at a depth of 5 meters. Archaeological excavations carried out 40 years and not completed until now. 5. Confucius Temple. The former church is now a rather museum. There is a big exhibition for the Great Silk Road. Steely Forest, one of the most impressive places of the museum. This stone library, where the stelae are engraved in 2,300 books. When the Xin Emperor burned all the important history books, and that the bitter experience was not repeated, the rulers of the Han dynasty ordered the texts to be engraved on the stellate stone. Among the books that have carved out Christian Nestorian doctrine and the basic tenets of Confucian philosophy. Nestorian Christians brought Xi'an Raban from Syria in 635. The emperor was surprised by the new religion for him, who ordered the construction of a monastery in his honor and built in the temple of Confucius an inscription with the teachings. Quoted from Delekiv.com. That's a brief history of China's Xi'an city. Hope it is useful. Thank you.